Hello, this is Mrs. Korn from the East LRC, and today we're going to look at Peardeck. If your teacher has sent you a link to a Peardeck lesson, this is how you go about accessing it. You go to joinpd.com, and then you copy the link and paste it into the code, and it will take you right into the lesson. So it always asks you how you're feeling today. If you don't feel like saying how you feel, you can skip, but I'm feeling good, so I'm going to say that. And then we're into a Romeo and Juliet review. Now, this is a student self-paced lesson. So you have these controls down here to move back and forth between the slides. And this slide over here tells you how many you have to go. So right now, of course, we're only on 1 to 10. Right now, the nice thing about Peardeck is they're interactive, so you can type in your answers or move things around right within the slides or off to the side, depending on the question. Down here, it shows you what you need to do on that particular slide. So this one, we're going to write a response right over here. And today it asks me, what do you wonder about today's topic? I wonder what we are going to review. Right? If you want to add another response, you can, but then you can just move on to the next slide once you have responded. Now the next slide is just a following the directions slide, so there's nothing too interactive about it. It tells you what we will do in each step and how to extend the lesson if we choose. Now this slide is a drawing slide. What it'll allow you to do is it'll allow you to draw or type or erase anywhere on the slide. So for an example, it says choose a character from Romeo and Juliet and show how they changed throughout the play. So here's where I'm going to type the character's name. I'll click on text, click on there, and turns a little text box, and I'll type in Juliet. Once you've clicked off the text box, then you can move it around and resize it if you need it. Right? Then you can type in how the character changed throughout the story and the other locations. You can either type it or you can write it. Now the pencil is controlled by the colors. So you can choose the color you want. And then over here is the sizer. I always recommend picking the smaller size to help you write. So if writing works better for you, you can easily just write or draw on the screen that way. Okay, the next page is another drawing one. You can just type or draw the connections that are made by the two settings. Now this one is another art one. This is more of like a plot pyramid. So if you're going to want to add text to a pyramid or some other shape, once again, you can just pick text. You can type here, and one of the very first important scenes is the story is when Romeo meets Juliet. All right, and then just work your way up the pyramid with different scenes leading to the resolution. Now, this one is a way to practice our Romeo and Juliet vocabulary. They gave a quiz, but if it does not come up like it's supposed to, then you can just click on Quizlet.com and it takes you right to the vocabulary. All right, so if you do have links right within your slide deck, just click out, and then when you're done, you can click right back in again. Next one is a final question. This is a multiple choice. So who is the author of Romeo and Juliet? William Shakespeare. Right, here's another drawing activity. You'll see a lot of them are drawing so that you can type and draw wherever you want on the slide. And then this one is a drag. You may have a drag icon. So there's a dot. You can put the dot wherever you feel your understanding of these things are in Romeo and Juliet. All right, and then once you're done, you are done. You can exit the window or leave and move on to your next activity. So that is how you use Peardeck.